in southeast Texas right now. The endless rain, it seems like, in and around the Houston area where so many evacuations have been done of people, emergency evacuations, literally home to home, boat by boat, as they get people out. The video has been very stark. Veronica Sites is on site down there. She's an incident commander helping with victim relief and going. No pun intended here, site to site, but she's on the other end of our line right now. Veronica, good morning.
Good morning.
Veronica, who are you working with down there?
Currently, I'm working with an organization called victimrelief.org, and we specialize in trauma, emotional health with individuals that have gone through situations like this.
All right. So what do you give us the lay of the land from where you are? What are you seeing down there?
Well, currently, what is on the news right now, many of the people that are responding, first responders, and then those that are immediately local. And my call out orders come from FEMA directly. So until they give us the green light that it's safe for those responding to enter the area without putting themselves at risk as well, then what I'm currently doing is I'm organizing teams that will go in when we get the official green light. And then secondly, the mega shelter in Dallas, I am incident commander for one of those days of intake for individuals and making sure that we have the emotional and mental health volunteers, chaplains, and various victim responders available to receive the people and just be there to listen, be present, and help navigate them forward.
Now, Dallas and the mayor of Dallas have said we're going to take in everybody that needs to be taken in. The doors are open, and they're ready to do that, correct?
That is correct, yes.
And that's about 3.5, 4 hours away, depending, and with all the heavy weather, it could be a little bit more. But getting people, in an area, the fourth largest city in the country, metro area, Houston, Texas, and getting people out of there in the weather that we currently have, it's no small task, is it?
No, and a lot of it is just logistics, is making sure that people are found to get to the places so that they can evacuate. And then secondarily, many of the people, of course, are making that decision on the spur of the moment. I mean, they may actually be in a temporary shelter, and many of them have been, and then told that shelter was shutting down because of safety, and they needed to leave or to get on transportation and go further. And so you've got a lot of split-second decisions being made.
Veronica Sites is with us here from the Houston area this morning. Veronica, local law enforcement, first responders, people who geared up but then had to be flexible based on their own safety concerns so that they can stay fresh for the people they're trying to help. Has it, by and large, from what you've seen, has it been a strong response there in southeast Texas?
Well, first responders are going to do what they are trained to do, and what I do is it's literally called a secondary response. So we respond to the responders, and that's what we do. We run into the situation in the circumstances. I mean, I do not do any search and rescue, neither does our organization. So what we do is once the situation is stabilized and search and rescue is complete, then we are given the green light to go in and provide social emotional help for individuals. And there's a very strict protocol that is followed, and with each event improves. So this incident, I can say, I've been so happy to see the improvement and the good flow. Even though there's hiccups, there always will be, there is much that we have learned, and the agencies are working very well together.
I think I want to just go further on what you just said, because we had Eben Brown with Fox News Radio a little bit ago, and he's there in Houston too, and he said it's hard to compare. I wanted to know his comparison to Katrina, because I was there after Katrina reporting, and I was there a few days later going from Biloxi and working my way west along US 90. In that transition time, you just said it, from being a first responder, which I was not, but covering them, to the secondary responders, and then the National Guard, et cetera. And there is that transition moment. and you see it happening from those who are marking up a home after doing a search, and either a search and rescue or, unfortunately, at times a search and recovery. Did we learn some major lessons in 2005 that are helping to mitigate here today?
Absolutely. There's a lot that's been learned, and I think we saw that from the general public first and foremost, is people do take into consideration when warnings come. Are they going to heed it because of what they've learned from, things that happened in the past that people stayed too long, people did not heed, and then there were more that perished. So, although some sheltered in place, there's a lot of learning, and many are making that split-second decision. They sheltered in place, but when it comes down to it, it's not worth staying, so they're evacuating. And yes, we learn, we grow, and we're better for it.
Veronica Sites here. Veronica, where if people want to help your organization and help people do what you do with the secondary responder here, how to take care of their needs after their body is secured and maybe some of their possessions and what they've got, take the next step. How do they do that?
The website is victimrelief.org, and what they will be contributing to is, one, if they're hands on deck, please make yourself available. But number two is the resources to get the supplies to the distribution point, because our organization does not send the supplies until we know that there is a dry, safe place to distribute from, so that things don't stay in storage, sit around, or are exposed to weather conditions that would then render them unavailable or useless.
Veronica Sites here. She's waiting for the green light. Veronica, I appreciate you joining us very much. Stay safe,
Thank
okay?
you. All right, thank you.
Thank you.